Leonard Bowl was a young, friendly man who was accused of murdering Miss French, a middle-aged lady who used to live with her housekeeper, Janet Mackenzie. They used to have a very good relationship because Leonard had saved her from being hit by a car. Well, Leonard wanted to prove his innocence, so he asked Mr. Mayhew, his solicitor, for help. And in order to do so, he referred the case to a brilliant barrister, Sir Wilfrid Robarts, to lead the defense. They asked him why he was accused of murdering Miss French, and he said that apparently the housekeeper had overheard a conversation between him and Miss French the same day she was murdered. But he denied being in her house when Janet Mackenzie arrived, so Romaine, who was his wife, was the only person who could confirm his alibi. Well, therefore, Robarts and Mayhew decided to talk to Romaine to find out if her testimony was enough to clear her husband. But after having a conversation with her, they decided not to call her as a witness. Well, then 6 weeks later, they all went to the courtroom and Leonard was charged on indictment for murdering Miss French. But he pleaded not guilty. So the members of the jury listened to the evidence. First of all, they called an inspector to testify. And he was the one who received the emergency call and investigated the case the day Miss French was murdered. And, well, he implied that he didn't think the crime happened because of a robbery. Then they called the doctor, who confirmed that Miss French was killed by a blow on her head. After that, they called Janet Mackenzie, and she said that she heard Leonard's voice the day of the murder, but she also had to confess that her hearing was not so good. And, well, she also said that Miss French left a will, leaving all her money to Leonard. Then they called the man who worked at the forensic laboratory, and he said that he analyzed Leonard's coat with blood on the left calf. And finally, they called Romaine, who appeared to be a witness for the prosecution, and she decided to deny everything Leonard said so as to make him appear to be guilty. Well, that same evening, a woman went to Sir Wilfrid's office and delivered the letter written by Romaine to her lover. And in that letter, she wrote she was going to do anything to make Leonard go to prison so that they could be together. I mean, Romaine and her lover. Well, the next morning, before the jury reached a verdict, Wilfrid read the letter aloud and the case ended in an acquittal, and Romaine was charged with perjury. And, well, at the end of the story, we find out that Romaine herself invented the whole story and she made everyone believe she was a liar in order to free her husband. She was the one who delivered the letter to Wilfrid, pretending to be someone else because she was an actress. However, Leonard betrayed her because he had another girlfriend and he decided to abandon her. But as soon as Romaine heard that, she stabbed Leonard on his back and killed him.